Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here on time. Welcome. We will be doing the last two activities before your portfolio submission today. Let's get started. Remember, we did 6 activities already. The first one was time management grid. The second one was PDP, Personal Professional Development Plan, where you created short, medium, and long-term goals. The third one was you created your own evidence for your top 10 employable skills. The fourth one was personal branding canvas, where you positioned yourself for the job market. The fifth one was asset creation worksheet and toolkit. You just completed that worksheet. The sixth one was evidence table for self-directed learning, where you can incorporate any activities, hobbies, or sources of excitement or learning, such as books you read, movies you have watched, things that inspired you recently. You turn them into learning lessons. And today we will have the last two activities, Gibbs cycle of reflection and one of these options. You will be choosing one of these options. Let's get started with Seminar 7 activity. So you'll be putting all these activities in your portfolio, which is due on November 13th. Okay, so let's get started with Gibbs cycle of reflection. For this activity, please go to Blackboard and you will be downloading in today's seminar section. You will see the downloads, okay? So please go to Seminar 7 and 8 materials. Where is this? This is here, yeah? Seminars Fall 2025, Seminar 7 and 8, and you will find all the files here, yeah? Please click on these. You can see I have written some Medium articles to help you. So how to apply Gibbs cycle of reflection. Here is the article. You can find all the links here. Okay, how to apply Gibbs cycle of reflection, and the article is here. You can just follow the guidance in this article, and you will be completing these 6 questions: description, feelings, evaluation, analysis, conclusion, and action plan. And you'll be applying the Gibbs cycle. And for this, you will be using this handout. Okay, this is your handout. Gibbs cycle of reflection. In the first 2 pages, it gives you, it is called Gibbs cycle of reflection guideline. Please download it and you'll be start to populate it. You'll be writing on it, okay? So this is about a recent critical incident that you have had. You go back to it, make sense of it, analyze it, and try to learn from it to make some changes. Maybe you want to change, make positive changes in your life or in your career, and in relation to this critical incident, okay? So that's what we will do. The first 2 pages guide you to reflection, why we should reflect, how should we do it, and then you start with question, the first section, page 3, description. Which critical incident will you be focusing on, okay? So you can start just typing up your responses. And what you will do for Seminar 7 is you'll be copying your responses in the last 3 pages, okay? Pages 3 to 5. You'll be applying these 6 stages and typing up your responses, and then you can just copy and paste it to your portfolio as your Seminar 7 activity, okay? So you can just get started. But why do we do it? Why do we reflect? Because it's a way to look back on our experiences, make sense of them, improve ourselves. It helps us disengage, step back from an experience, and then take time to deliberately, carefully review it, construct meaning from it. It clarifies your thoughts, emotions. It helps you to become a better manager, a more reflective professional. So it is also known as experiential learning. It enhances your ability to evaluate situations and your self-awareness and problem-solving skills and creativity. So workplaces want reflective managers who are aware and can develop themselves. And Mintzberg has written on this as well. reflection is the suspended space between you when you had an experience and the explanation for it. So you need that reflective space. Why? Because you need to analyze it, step back from it, reflect on it, and then construct meaning. How do we do it? We use the Gibbs reflective cycle. Okay? So these are the 6 questions. You just respond. Okay? And how do you write good reflections? You can look at the slides. There are 10 questions. You can also use these slides to facilitate your reflection. But anything can be a source of your reflection. But I would say deeper learning opportunities come from seemingly negative incidents. On the surface, you might have had a negative incident, such as a quarrel, argument with your friend or coworker, let's say. There has been a conflict, let's say. Or you made a big mistake. Or you had a crisis situation, an unusual challenge that you had to deal with. So you might want to revisit these episodes, yeah? Especially choose a critical incident that you really want to analyze more. Remember it, analyze it more, construct meaning from it, and think of this as a learning opportunity. Maybe you failed, it might be a failure, or you made a mistake, or you had a really significant crisis. Like think about, let's say, the pandemic times, the pandemic lockdowns, COVID crisis. You had to change all your approach, right? During all those months, you had to do remote learning, work from home, and adapt all your learning strategies, and you were confined within the constraints of your home, etc. Everything changed, right? It was an episode. So you can choose a period or an episode like this as well. You had to change to survive, to adapt, let's say. You had to solve a crisis situation. You had to go through some challenges. What were they exactly? So you need to be honest, open, vulnerable, and you need to be open for learning and deeper change, positive change. So where do you need to change as a person, as a professional? Choose an area or an incident that signals that you need something to change, deeper change. Yeah? That will help you to achieve that transformation as well, because you need deeper learning, sense making, and construct it from this incident. Okay? So many authors wrote on this. Borton says what, so what, now what. So what is the describing the incident? So what is analyzing, thinking, analysis, and then now what is going forward. Yeah? So essentially we will do the same. Why do we do this? Because we want to develop these skills. So please feel free to write about your critical incident. Just free flow writing. We do this because employers want managers or professionals who are self-aware and who can develop evidence, provide evidence for these claims. Deeper learning, change, positive change, personal development. So please choose your critical incident now. It should be something meaningful, significant to you. What happened? Maybe you made a major mistake. How did you then resolve it? Or could you resolve it? Maybe you had an argument with one of your colleagues. Maybe there was a misunderstanding. So please choose the incident and make the description of the incident, responding to questions in the description part. Yeah? What was happening there? Describe it as if you are writing a novel. Think of yourself as a creative writer. The more details you can capture, the better. Try to make this interesting. Imagine that you are writing this like a novel chapter. What happened? What was the situation? Where were you? Try to pick the actors who were there. Where were you? What was the setting? The sounds, the layout, the context. Describe it as if it is like a novel chapter or a TV screen, a movie chapter. Yeah? What happened exactly? Describe the scene that unfolded. What were you doing? Exactly. What was the context? What was the situation? What happened? Recount the events as they unfolded. Okay? And try to make it interesting. This is where you can apply your creative writing skills and storytelling skills. Yeah? Try to write, make it an interesting story. That means like picking all these small details that matter. Yeah? Descriptive details or narrative details, contextual details. Try to capture them. Please start writing. Yeah? You'll be responding to your handout here. What was the critical incident? Yeah? Keep writing. What happened? What was the situation? What were the events? Try to make it a bit creative. Capture the details that matter. What happened exactly? Where were you? What did you do? Why was there like a crisis situation? What assumptions did you make, or what mistakes did you make? Was there like a misunderstanding? Or were you feeling, how were you feeling? We will also analyze your feelings in number 2. But let's first describe the critical incident as it unfolded, yeah? Please capture the details of this incident. Okay? Keep writing. You can free flow. You can practice free flow writing. Don't think too hard. Capture the relevant details. You can write in bullet points as you wish. Don't worry too much about grammar, writing style. Just try to remember what happened. Try to remember the details. And keep writing. Make sure your hands are moving. Keep writing. Let's continue with number 2, feelings. So we want you to track your feelings before this incident, during the incident, and then after the incident, just afterwards, and then right now. So please track your emotions. What did you feel at the beginning, before the event, before the incident? How were you feeling? Remember the details. And then what happened during the incident in stages? How did your feelings shift? Track your emotions, yeah? And recount them and take notes. And then, as the events progressed, unfolded, how did your feelings change during those events? Please capture those details. Perhaps you were feeling really confused. Why? Maybe you were really angry, mad at the situation. Why did you feel so mad, angry? Maybe you were very sad, disappointed. Why? So please remember all those mixed emotions, yeah? And recount them. And interpret them. And then after the incident, how did you feel? Immediately after the incident. And then let's say after 2 weeks, whatever, if you had 2 weeks, or after some days, if you had a few more days. Let's say you have cooled down, your emotions have cooled down, yeah? And then how do you view that situation again? Again, observe your feelings. Maybe you feel better right now. As time has passed, you can see the situation from more angles. Yeah? Maybe you have reconciled some of the emotions. Maybe you have processed, you had the chance to process your emotions. So how did your emotions change, yeah? After time has passed. Okay, so please capture your thoughts again. Feelings. The third part, let's continue with this one, evaluation. What was good about this situation and what was not so good about this situation? What was good, what was bad? How well did it go? How badly did it go? So please share your evaluation of the situation in your own words. How did you interpret this? How did you evaluate this? All what happened. Positive aspects as well as negative aspects. Capture them both. And then the fourth one, analysis. Let's continue with the fourth one, analysis. Again, capture your initial thoughts. This is where you need to go a bit deeper, make sense of this whole situation. You need to analyze it and make sense of it. You need to unpack this situation a little bit more to understand it better. Why did you do well? What did you do well and not so well? Did everything go as expected or not? Can you analyze this whole experience by breaking it into some parts or stages? Maybe you can analyze this situation in 3 stages. Stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. Yeah? So you can divide it if you want. And how do you make sense of this whole situation? This is where you need to step back from the incident and now look at the situation from multiple angles. So you need to approach it from multiple perspectives. So you need to do some research. Yeah? You can Google some keywords related to the incident. Was this incident about, let's say, communication? Then do some research on communication. Was this about leadership, problem solving? Was this about listening, building empathy? Was this about like a crisis situation, problem solving under like a crisis situation, chaotic situations? Was this about negotiation? So you can do some Google searches using these keywords, yeah? And then learn more about what happened and how you coped with it and what you needed to do as a professional or as a manager. So you can do some Google searches, look at some YouTube videos on this. Go to YouTube, watch some videos. Maybe you need to develop some more knowledge, competences, skills in this domain, yeah? Do some keyword searches on Google, YouTube. You can also do this with your AI. Go to ChatGPT or Claude and ask your AI agent, tell the situation, how should I make sense of this? Can you suggest me some resources, like books, articles, videos, people who can help me? Where should I start? What do you recommend? What should I do next? You can converse, have a conversation with your AI as well. if you do so, please capture the evidence. What were the queries, prompts that you used? Which prompts did you use? And then the responses you got from the AI. Yeah? Incorporate them as screenshots. You can do that. And you are encouraged to use AI in your portfolio. I strongly encourage you to use AI in your portfolios because it's a crucial skill. But please capture how you used it. Yeah? The prompts as well as the responses. Take screenshots and put them. Not only here, you can use it anywhere, everywhere in the portfolio. Yeah? But just capture it. So this is where you also need to analyze the situation from multiple perspectives, let's say multiple stakeholders. Think about the different stakeholders or different people who were there. Can you put yourself in the shoes of others? Can you think from the perspectives of other stakeholders? What do they think? Can you get their feedback, perhaps? Or ask them about the situation? Or interpret how they thought about it, they felt about it. So approach it from multiple angles, yeah? Multiple perspectives, multiple stakeholders. How would you behave if you were the other person? What if you put yourself in the shoes of the other person or people involved? How would you behave if you were a fly on the wall, meaning like an independent observer? Let's say you are an independent observer, just recording the events or observing them from a corner, yeah? How would you interpret it? So this means like having a third eye, yeah? Having a third eye, independent of yourself, and looking at the incident from an independent, distanced, analytical point of view. Can you do that? Okay? So this is where you put all these things. And these will hopefully lead to deeper sense making, yeah? We want you to extract deeper meanings, insights from this whole situation. And do some research, yeah? Let's continue with conclusion. What did you learn from this whole incident? Make a list of all the things that you learned. Make a list of all the things that you learned. Could you have done anything differently? What will you do differently next time? And how will you do it? So here in the conclusion part, you come up with a list of all the things that you learned. Try to recount or think about all the different things, diverse things that you learned in relation to this incident. Again, approaching it from like multiple angles. What did you learn? Try to go deeper from the surface. Go deeper. What are some of the things that you learned? Again, you can ask Claude or ChatGPT, what else can I learn from this incident? And how can I turn this into learning, deeper learning? You can have some conversations with your AI as well. And the last part is, let's continue, action plan. This is looking forward. When you look forward to the future, what will you do now? What will you do in a similar situation in the future? Where are your gaps or areas for improvement? What aspects of your knowledge or skill set or perspectives or mental models can you develop to cope better, to solve this problem better next time? can you become a better problem solver? Can you become a better leader? Can you become a better professional? How? Do you need some courses or resources or books or videos? You can mention them. What exactly will you learn and how? Will you be taking some actions? Will you be getting some guidance, counseling, or coaching on these issues? Maybe you will have some conversations with your AI, with your ChatGPT or Claude to learn more and to develop more competencies. How will you develop more competencies in this domain? Next time, can you be a bit more careful, reflective? Next time, can you be more careful, more reflective? Think about where you can improve, how you can improve. Think about action points and goals and outcomes and competences. Okay. Let's wrap it up. That's it. This is how you do the Gibbs reflective cycle. The important point is you really try to make this a deeper form of reflection. And there are slides that will help you do that. How do you achieve deeper reflection? You jump to this blue side, yeah? Can you do these things? Please look at these checklists. I put some checklists in your slides. Please try to jump to the blue side, deep reflections. Are you questioning things? Are you actively learning? Where are evidence for improvement, let's say? Self-questioning. Have you done self-questioning? Okay, so levels of reflection should be deeper. Yeah? How can you jump to excellent? Ask yourself. In your reflection, can you jump to excellent? Have a look. Can you do synthesis, judgment, and evaluation? Did you develop deeper self-awareness, deeper critical thinking as a result? Okay? So you go like deeper, analyzing, evaluating, and then creating, being more active. Not reactive, but proactive maybe. Can you be a bit more proactive, a bit more entrepreneurial? Can you be more resourceful? Can you be more resilient? Can you be more powerful? Okay? Again, make sure you achieve these in your reflection. And also, ask yourself, have you touched upon these things? This is another checklist. You need to focus on yourself. Did you enhance your self-awareness? What were the relational issues? So think about the relational aspect. Yeah, who were these people? What were the power dynamics? What were the relationships exactly? Did you analyze them? And did you analyze the context, systems, culture? You are embedded in a context, right? What is the impact of this context? Think about the structure, systems, culture, organization. How does it influence you? And the process and the decision making. Again, like try to focus on these multiple things in your reflection. Make it a bit more multidimensional. Okay, so this is how you do this. Seminar 7 activity Gibbs cycle of reflection. Any questions? Is this all clear? You just copy and paste your responses and put them as your Seminar 7 activity. Is this all clear? Any questions? Let's continue with Seminar 8 activity then. You will be choosing from different options. Let's go over the first option. It is taken from this book. This is a bestseller career book. What color is your parachute? It sells millions of copies. It's about job hunting, employability, finding a job. In this book, there is a exercise called flower exercise where you reflect on your ideal job, ideal career. And you can do this as your option 1. Okay? Flower diagram. But in this book, let me put a page from this book. Many people who are searching for jobs, they start from the bottom. That's the mistake that you make when you are searching for jobs. Don't do that, the author says. Start from the top. Okay? How do you start from the top? Think like your employers. Your employers will hire you, number 1. Start from the top. They will promote you if they know you. Yeah? So you should get your foot in the door. You should be an intern or part-time worker or a contract worker so that they know your work. They value your contribution. They love you. They love working with you. That's the best way to get hired. Yeah? Number 1. Start with number 1. Number 2, then they use proof. They look at your portfolio skills. They look at the internet to make a judgment about you. So this is where you need to create your assets, your books, your social media, your creations, your articles, your videos, all of the things, or portfolio. Your portfolio is where you showcase your skills. Your LinkedIn page, all of these things, yeah? They look at them. And then they use their best friends networks, and then agencies, and then ads, and then resumes, yeah? Resume is at the bottom. So you also need to think like employers, yeah? Start from the top. Anyway, let's start the flower exercise now. This is where you populate each of these. You reflect on your ideal job, okay? This is a sample of anatomy of your ideal job. So you respond to these questions. Geography, where do you wish to work? Salary, compensation, and position. Favorite working conditions, work goals and interests. What kind of people do you want to be surrounded by? Industries and your best skills. Okay. So when you complete it, it might look like something like this. This is a flower diagram, a sample one. So you'll create something like this. Yeah. This is about your ideal job. So there is a handout. I want you to download this handout. And let's start doing it for a couple of minutes. If you like it, you can attach it as your Seminar 8 activity. Okay? Flower exercise. You can do this visually by typing in these boxes. Please download it. Or better, the second way is better, I think, verbal worksheet, the second option. What you can do is, let's do this. You will overwrite the answers. Yeah, let's do it a little bit for a couple of minutes and see if you like the activity. Okay, this is about your ideal job. Number 1, where do you wish to live and work? Think about the geography. What are the top 3 factors? Do you prefer cold or warm weather? You can just overwrite these. Yeah, type it up. Do you prefer cold or warm weather? Do you prefer big cities or small towns? Do you want to be near the beach, forest, or mountain? Are there any ideal cities or countries that you'd like to work in? Let's say I want to move to London, or Paris, or maybe another part of Europe, or I want to work in Shenzhen, Beijing. So which cities attract you? Why? Put your considerations, factors, yeah? What are the factors that will shape your decisions? For example, I want to go to San Francisco and Silicon Valley. Why? Because I want to establish my own startup and work with the brightest minds in Silicon Valley, let's say. But you can put the negative factors as well. Living costs will be, my living costs will skyrocket, yeah? It will be very expensive. How will I cope? So put some considerations, yeah? Pros and cons. So this is all about location. The second one is salary. What's the position that you wish to start at? Again, put it, what will be your job title, ideally? This will be like an entry-level starter position, maybe. What is the job title? What's the level of responsibility? Will you be managing other people or working alone or as part of a team? What's your target annual salary? This is before tax. Let's say before tax, if you want to stay in the UK, I want to achieve, let's say 40K minimum as my salary, 40,000 before tax. And then I will increase it to 50,000 in the next 5 years, whatever, yeah? And then what is your target monthly salary? This is after tax. After tax, how much do you hope to receive in 1 month? Let's say I want to have 2,500 minimum because of the living costs, let's say. Or 2,000, whatever. Yeah, target monthly salary after tax, considering your costs and rent. You can also think about additional income streams that you will be creating alongside your salary. You don't want to depend just on your salary. How will you generate multiple income streams in the next 5 to 10 years? Think of it as a long-term game. Ideally, what you want to do is you want to get double your salary by increasing your multiple sources of income. Let's say you establish your YouTube channel, you grow it. Eventually, in 10 years, your YouTube channel will surpass your salary on a monthly basis. Yeah. So if you create assets that will bring you income in the long term, then you can replace your salary, decrease your dependence on the salary, and instead increase your assets, your power, your income power. Yeah. How will you increase your income, double your income, using multiple income streams? Think about assets, yeah, investing, financial independence, freelancing, additional work maybe, or additional creative assets that will bring you income, including social media, TikTok, your solopreneurship, online digital products, online shops, all of these things. How will you make money online using AI, let's say? So you can put all these as well. Favorite working conditions, again, you can type it up indoors or outdoors. Stay in one place or travel a lot. Prescribed or flexible hours. Do you want to work alone or as part of a team? Do you prefer more autonomy or structure? Again, explain. Okay, so you can quickly overwrite these, share your reflections. And then in number 4, you will rank these. Do you want to work with the human mind to bring knowledge, truth, clarity? This is number 1. Number 2, do you want to work with human body? Think of fitness, food, clothing, health. Do you want to work with senses and beauty, art, music, flowers, design, decoration? Do you want to work with the human heart, love and empathy? Do you want to work with human conscience, justice, morality? Do you want to work with the human spirit, laughter, faith, compassion? Do you want to work with earth, sustainability? So please rank them from 1 to 7. 1 is the highest priority and 7 is the lowest. Which ones are closer to your heart? And explain your ranking. Let's say, why are these top 3? Yeah? Explain your choices. And these will shape your career goals, of course. And number 5, you choose from this table what kind of people do you want to be surrounded by? Your favorite people. There are some adjectives. You can circle 5 to 7 of them. Think about the organizational culture of where you want to work. You know, think about organizations or businesses that you want to work in. What kind of organizational cultures do you prefer? And this will shape your career satisfaction hugely. This will shape your happiness and career satisfaction. It's a very important decision. What kind of people do you want to be surrounded by? For example, McKinsey is a top consultancy company, but everybody is so competitive and they work so long hours. And they are extremely smart, analytical, but also very competitive. Do you want to be surrounded by very competitive, high-pressure people? For example, some of my colleagues, peers, they work at some top British universities, very top universities, yeah? But their workplaces are really toxic. You don't want that. Like, even if it's a top university, if it's a toxic place, you won't be happy there. So consider the implications, yeah? For example, I work at UEA for more than 10 years because I love here. Why? Because it's a very supportive, positive atmosphere. We faculty members support each other. Everybody is there for you. Everybody is championing for you. Our students are great. It's a very positive culture, and I love that. That's why I don't switch, jump to other places. Yeah, this is crucial. Like, what kind of organizational culture? Industries, choose, circle 5 of them that you are related to. Research, education, architecture, which ones attract you? Finance, different things. You can combine or choose 5 of them and then explain why you have chosen these ones. Maybe you have some interests, background, expertise, skills, or you are fascinated by these fields maybe. You are fascinated, you love, you share some interest. You can include other things here as well, like social media. And the last one, your strengths, transferable skills. Choose from the table 10 to 12 of them. Circle them. These should be your top strengths. What do you love doing? And also what are you really good in doing? Choose them. And then explain them. You can also choose your own strengths. Even if they are not in the table, what do you think are your specific top skills or strengths? Please list them, reflect on them. And how can you tap into these top strengths in your ideal job? Ideally, you should tap into these skills and use them regularly in your ideal job. Yeah? You want to use them, utilize them. This is your genius zone. Where is your genius zone? Try to find it. You can use this table, but you can also go beyond. What are the top skills or strengths do you have? Make a list of them. In your ideal job, you should be able to use them regularly on a daily basis. Why? Because then you would achieve flow, momentum. You would really be immersed in your task. You would love it. You would use all your skills. You would be challenged, yes, but you would also rise to that challenge, yeah? That would be very exciting for you and make things interesting, fresh, exciting. So you have to tap into your strengths and use them every day. And you need to love what you do, but also do what you love. Okay? So that was choice number 1. You can simply do the flower exercise, copy and paste it. Paste your answers, that's it, as your seminar 8. But there are other options. Let me talk through the other options. If you want to choose them, you can also choose them, okay, as your seminar 8 activity. The second option is designing your own personal logo. You can also design your personal logo. You will choose a symbol that's meaningful to you. And don't worry too much about style. You follow the steps. What are your favorite concepts? You can doodle, sketch them, capture those sketches, and then choose some of them, let's say feather, different design sketches, show them, and then you improve, sketch them, improve your logo, and then you'll include the following. if you choose this option. Number one, how did you create it? Show the process, including sketches, prototypes, doodles, capture them, and explain how you came up with this. Yeah, the story of how you created your personal logo or professional logo. Number two, describe the logo. What does it represent? How is it related to your personal brand? Number three, how is this linked to your values, your personal brand? Again, share the story of it. How is it connected to who you are and what you do? Your values, your personal brand, your story. Why have you chosen it? The final version, high resolution version, digital version of your logo. This is important because you can then use it everywhere. In your social media, make it consistent. Maybe you can put it on your LinkedIn. You can put this on your YouTube channel as your logo. You can use it as a banner. You can use this on your TikTok, Instagram. You can use it as a solopreneur. Yeah, maybe this is like your signature visual. Yeah, you can put it everywhere. Make it across the board. Maybe you can put this in your email signature. Yeah, in your products, digital products that you are creating, you can put the same logo. Yeah, and you can also include a motto, a slogan. Okay, so this is your option two. Choose this one, especially if you like design. Some students, they love design. They love to design stuff, logos, branding. If you love marketing, branding, logo design, then this is a great option. You can practice, improve these skills. And you can also use AI to help you in this process. AI is very good with these, creating these logos. Yeah, you can use ChatGPT in this process as well. But like, do this if it will be really beneficial, enjoyable to you. Is it relevant? Is it beneficial? Will you be using this? Yeah. Is it useful to your career? The third option, 10 responses. This is taken from a bestseller career coaching book. Your best year yet, making the next 12 months your most successful year. So this is about this year, 2025, as well as 2026. How do you wish to be successful in the next 12 months in 2026? So you reflect on these things and respond to each of these questions. Yeah, you essentially coach yourself. What are your top 10 goals for next year? Can you put them in detail? How will you achieve them? How will you establish a system to achieve them? So this helps you to reflect on your journey in the next year as a person, as a professional. If you want to do some self-coaching, this might be the best option. Yeah, option 3. And the fourth option, create your own Netflix show. This is a widely creative one. If you want to enter media, TV, you want to work in entertainment sector, and you want to practice your creativity at the highest level, then this is your option. Imagine that Netflix gave you a budget. You can determine the budget. Yeah, what kind of a show would you like to create with this budget? And think about all the logistics, but also the philosophy. What will be the title? How will you get it viral? How will you create value? Will this be like a documentary, a quiz show, a TV series, a movie? What kind of a drama? Or another format? You decide on the format. I also have written an article on this, so you can choose the guidance, the questions here. You can respond to them. Yeah, imagining your own Netflix show. Okay, so now please choose your option. You have 4 options to choose from. Which one is closer to your heart? Flower exercise. Would you like to create your logo? Would you like to do 10 responses, or would you like to create your own Netflix show? Make your decision, please. And make some notes to yourself. How will you do it? Okay, make some progress, make some notes to yourself. Which one do you like best? Make it fresh, exciting, useful for yourself, yeah? And make it something that's relevant to you. Whichever options provide you maximum value, do that one, okay? Make it exciting, fresh, useful. And that is your seminar 8 activity, okay? So that's it, everyone. Thanks a lot. Please do register and have a wonderful week and weekend. I'll see you next week. Thanks a lot.